think for an instant he thought we'd come totally from the road, and it came up.
But he was. What do you think? Whoever has the worst light will buy dinner. I was 100%.
I'm so old, I have poor eyesight. You better take some juice.
Jay did say something about that. That guy, that Camaro.
That's why I brought you
Oh, yeah.
Richie Pauley.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. We kind of like your car. And we noticed there's a couple others here too. Belong to Mr. Keene. Looks like Keene's taking care of Bosco.
Yeah. We kind of take care of them together. He likes Donnie and he travels with us.
That's cool. What about the car? Tell me about the car.
Well, it's one of the first 50. Come with a radio and heater and sound deadener. It was sold on the street to George Boscovich, and the year '69 I bought it from him, sitting in his backyard.
So he owned it a year or two?
1 year.
He owned it 1 year?
A little over a year. And he...
so you're the second owner?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Boss 429's come out.
He had to have one.
And he had to have one.
I got it, yep.
And this car was faster than the Boss 429.
I bet it still is.
Yeah. I think a lot of this car set a lot of records, won a lot of races.
Great.
My wife drove it, my boys drove it, set records. My wife set records with it.
How long did your wife drive the car? What years?
From 76. We bracket raced it, run it in Orange County and stuff in the, let's say, 70.
Okay, from 1970?
Yeah, she passed away of cancer.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
We had a good time driving it. My boy drove it, he was a racer, he went back east,
What year did you start driving it then?
I'm trying to think, it was quite a while back, I'd say probably 30 years ago.
Yeah? 30 years ago.
Yeah, I've had my shop
And
for
then
50.
nobody got in the driver's seat since you got
Donnie.
Okay.
Donnie's drove it for me.
You're talking about Don Keene?
Yeah, Don
You call
Keene.
him Donnie? Okay. Because that's Al's little son, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure we know where we're at.
I had some problems one time. Big draft horse stepped on my foot, and I was in the hospital. And
Okay.
He drove it. I had some problems with my eyes, and he drove it.
Yep.
He's done good with it. We went to Firebird in Idaho. Me and Donnie was his car, mine was mine, and Donnie broke the motor. And we put my spare motor in Donnie's car.
Okay. I think he's telling some lies, so your name's coming up a lot.
Tell
So
him about Boise.
Don Keene over here, and of course Richie Pauley over here.
Yeah, how you doing?
Okay, so he's
And anyhow,
He's telling a story.
We put the spare motor out of my car that I had with us in his car, and then he goes out there and beats me in the final.
Is that true?
Motor. Yeah, and he didn't do nothing about it, you know.
All's fair, right?
I suppose.
Yeah, it was his motor. We won one day and run it up the next day.
Now you drove this car last weekend here, right, at the national event?
Yes.
Yep. How'd you do, Don?
Not very good.
Okay.
Actually, the car didn't run what we thought it would run.
Okay.
And then this car ran what we thought it would run, but because I was scared from what this car ran, I didn't dial this one right. So
you were a mess.
I was too hard with that one and too soft with this
I see.
by a couple hundreds.
But this car this weekend is the number 2 qualifier.
Yeah.
So 115 under.
Yeah, we had to be careful not to go too far.
Yeah, them guys that go too far.
We were worried.
Sometimes
we were afraid of that one.
Sometimes the guys. This other guy. Yeah, I guess it looks like he's getting tore down. So he got the word a little bit ago.
They told
Good
me
for
that
him,
too.
eh?
They
Good
told
for
me,
him.
it says don't go any fast.
I have my engine builder
right.
for me.
Right. Okay. All right.
Donnie and me go back a long time.
Yeah.
His dad worked at Plymore Ford, and I was a lot boy. I didn't even know Donnie then.
Okay.
And,
When you say lot boy, what was that?
used car lot,
Okay.
cleaning cars out,
Okay.
getting ready for
What town was that in?
Duval, California.
California. Okay.
And
My dad was a line mechanic there.
Okay.
yeah, and I learned a lot from him when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And we had a deal one year. What year was it you won the world championship?
90.
90. Johnny broke his motor.
Here at Vegas at the old track.
Yeah.
We didn't have a spare.
Yeah.
We got to go to Phoenix to try to win the championship.
Okay.
So I said, give me the motor out of your Torino. No, I'll talk to you later. I got a better one. No, I don't want another one. This one runs good.
Yeah.
No, I got a better.
So Torino. So you had a Torino and this car. Okay.
So,
I got something after that. I think it struck a bell with me.
So then he gives me the other motor. Well, I'm scared because I know those run good, but a new motor, you never know. Anyway, we ended up setting the record and #1 qualifier in Phoenix.
Nice.
Motor.
Okay, so the Torino, is that the Torino that maybe a young guy named Paul Wong
Yeah, I sold
purchased
it to
from
him.
you?
Yeah.
How old was he when he had to be
That was a
about
long time ago.
17, 18
That was
years old, I
original
believe, is what he
Cobra.
told me.
Original Cobra Torino.
Okay.
And it set a lot of records and I won some races with that one.
Okay.
Okay.
That's when my boy was driving this and I was running. The Torino
I
fit
see.
me a lot better back then.
I see. Okay, very good.
Kind of slimmed down since
Ah,
then.
yeah, you slimmed down since then, I see. Okay, so what about this? Let's talk about some of Don's cars for a minute here. So Don's got 2 cars here. He's got this Super Stock K automatic car here. What year is this one?
65.
65, okay.
I bought this car just after I graduated high school.
Okay.
And I borrowed the money from my uncle.
Yep.
And he financed it through household finance for $1,550.
Nice.
I paid $900 for it, but the extra money was to get it painted.
Okay, okay. And I noticed you're in love with the shifter that came in the car.
You know,
Tell me about the shifter.
I think that was one of Ford's better ideas.
Okay.
They're simple, they don't fail, and it doesn't take a bunch of build.
Right, right. 66 Mustang I drove just before it had that same shifter. I liked it as well.
Yeah, everybody
All right.
says, why don't you go to air shifting? Why?
So I'm sure it's still 3-speed,
Yeah, it says,
and you're manually shifting.
yes. Yeah.
How can you go wrong? Piece of cake. It says it's a piece of cake. Okay, well wait a minute. Now since you have 2 cars here and you got one with that shifter in it, let's go take a look at the other car. Okay. So the other car, tell me about this car a little bit. I think someone else in your family drove this car for a while. Is that right?
Well, I originally drove this car.
Okay.
Me and
But
my-
it wasn't your car.
Well, it was and it wasn't. It was my dad's.
Ah, your dad's.
So, but we were kind of partners on
Okay.
things. But it was his car.
Yeah.
So he built it actually because
Another one of the Tom Bayer school
he got mad at me.
No
because
way.
he
Hard to
was-
believe.
He was bracket racing that car, and my first ex-wife wanted that car. So I took it back and put it back on the street for her, and he was left without a car.
Wait a minute. Back up. Hold on. Hold on. Back up. You said your first ex-wife.
Yeah.
So you gave the car back to your first ex-wife. How'd you get the car back?
Well, I gave it to her. We were still married.
Ah, I see.
But then we got divorced, and I gave her the car again because I figured I needed a pickup truck more than I needed a Mustang.
Okay.
Well, she blew it up. I went and got her and picked the car up, put it over at my dad's house, which is down my house. And she called my dad and sold it to my dad for $1,500.
Nice. Okay, so
So
you're good to go.
me and my dad were partners in on Mark Talon's 65 notchback. That was
trying to chase down
mine
Brandon
and my dad's. We were
Okay.
partners on
Division 7 Super
that. So I just traded my interest in that car for this car back.
Great. All right.
Clean
We're-
and
we were
simple.
talking about the shifter, so let's compare shifters real quick.
Well, this is a long 4-speed shifter, manually shifted.
mentality is pretty much simple. Go more rounds than Brandon.
Okay, so we got a manual. All right. I'm just thinking it's quite a contrast from a factory shifter to a long, and you drive the same 2 cars at the same race, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Well,
004 to a 006.
my horn thing.
Get out the gate first.
You know,
What transmission's in this car?
it's a Jericho.
Jericho. Okay.
Yeah, I bought it maybe about a year and a half ago,
Okay.
and it's been working well. And I run a McLeod dual disc that I modify.
Sure.
And the deal with you've driving 4-speeds forever and ever, so you get used to it.
Yep.
So
All right. Well, we just wanted to, since we were out here, we wanted to kind of get you guys together, you know.
All right.
And I think the people out in the world that don't maybe know your names, maybe seen pictures of your cars, but it's good to talk to you, you know, because now they kind of know more.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
good thing.
And I'm happy we won C Stock in Indy this year with this car.
Right.
I was pretty happy.
Right. That's great.
So this car, when me and my dad were partners, we were pretty deadly. So there's a lot to teach.
Yeah.
At 177.
Did you have some wars with a certain traction? It says he's some kind of traction guru of some sort.
Yeah, that's the name. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. You had some factory wars.
Well,
of
he
your
actually,
own.
John Calvert drove this car for a while.
Okay.
For my dad.
Oh, okay.
Because
Didn't
I
know
was
that.
driving the 65 notchback.
Yeah.
And my dad was still kind of mad at me, and he didn't want to drive it, so he didn't want to drive it, so he had John Calvert drove this car for probably a year.
And didn't your dad say something that we just can't get beat by the mailman?
Yeah, my dad.
Who was
says,
the mailman?
John Calvert.
Oh, he worked for the
post office.
Oh, kidding.
My dad goes, we're not going to get outrun by the effing postman.
The effing postman. All right, well that's great.
So
All
we
right.
worked hard, and in '89, John went to drive in his own car, '88 or '89.
Yeah.
And we went to every race all year long, and he was outrunning us by a 10th.
Oh man.
And my dad was beside himself. So we tried everything. So, come to find out, we were running 2050 Racing Valvoline oil, and John was running 530 Mobil 1.
Sneaky. He's always been a little sneaky.
So when we
hasn't he?
put the 530 Mobil 1 in, we were running with them, and we ultimately outran them.
Nice. Okay.
So, but we worked hard, and we got our tail between our legs for almost a whole year.
Yeah. And what year was that?
I want to say '89.
And what year is it now?
2022.
Great. Love it. Love to see you guys out here.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Thank you.